As much as possible, I like to keep the videos at least at about a 10-minute mark or less, in case you want to take a break or what have you. So that's why I paused that video. But let's pick back up where we were. I made this an int, and I guess that'd be okay. But what if we had like a floating point number in there? Maybe somebody entered in 25.5 or something along those lines. Maybe we'd be better to use perhaps a double as our data type. So instead of saying integer parse int, I'll do double parse double. This way, if they have a decimal point in there, it'll work. Okay, so my temperature in Fahrenheit should be, are we close? We might have a little problem here. It doesn't like temperature SF. Oh, I just misspelled it, didn't I? Did I? Temperature. Yep. Look at that. Typo. Okay. Much better. Let's do the conversion. I'm going to go take a peek here. If we want to find a Celsius temperature, we do 5.0 divided by 9.0 times Fahrenheit minus 32. Okay, so double temperature C for Celsius is equal to 5.0 divided by 9.0 times whatever my Fahrenheit temperature is. TEM control space. I don't want the typo again, so I'm going to have it help me fill this in. Temperature Fahrenheit minus 32. There we go. So hopefully that'll do what we wanted to do. And now we want to display that. So display result in the text view is what we want to do. So hello text view, it's not called that, it's now called, I'm calling the variable result text view. And we're going to set the text and say Celsius colon. And we'll go ahead and lay in here temperature C. I have typos all over the place. There we go. I think that should work. So we're displaying using this set text method the value that's currently stored in temperature C, so the converted value. I've got some issues with imports here. It's trying to find some stuff, and it's getting really confused, I think. Yeah, it's since I copied some of that code in from that Hello Android application, it was trying to find things there, and I don't want that. I'm not using Hello Android at all in this app, other than just I wanted to have something to start with. The other thing that you're probably going to see here is that I've got a fair number of imports. And in Eclipse, if you do a Control-Shift-O, it'll do an organize imports. I think you can also do that under the source menu item. Organize imports. There we go. Control-Shift-O. I may be doing that as I'm typing. I probably am because I don't remember adding those imports in. When you choose Organize Imports, Eclipse will attempt to add the imports for you. And if it finds a conflict, it'll pop up a dialog and ask you to resolve that conflict. So there's all the imports I'm using. Activity is what we're extending. The bundle is an argument to onCreate. The view is where the onClick listener comes from. And then button, edit text, and text view, those are the individual widgets, the components that we're interacting with here. Okay, well, I think it's ready to test. So make sure everything's saved. I'll do a save all here. And I will right click on the My Converter project and I'll do a run as Android application. We'll go find our emulator. Now, one thing I should point out as this happens, usually I like to see the progress of the emulator, and Logcat's not going to show that kind of stuff by default here. And actually, I'm on some filter for the Hello Android here. What I'd like to show is what this app, what the emulator's doing. And if you don't already see a console window or console view, you can go to Window, Show View, Console, and let me try this again. Right-click My Converter, and we'll do a Run as Android application. Usually what we end up seeing in the console would be, some sort of extra information about what's going on. So what it's trying to do, if it's trying to deploy or what have you. I didn't actually have to redeploy because I didn't make any changes in this case. And just like with the log catch, you can always do a little X here and clear it out so that you only see the most recent stuff. Anyhow, please enter a temperature. The temperature in Fahrenheit will be 212. I'll hit convert F to C. And now the temperature in Celsius is 100. That worked. Okay, we'll try one other. 32 Fahrenheit should be 0 Celsius. Very good, very good. So that's exercise number 1. We wanted you to build your own application, your own project, very much like the Hello Android one, but now we're doing a little bit of math here. If you haven't done a lot of Java, perhaps that whole parse double stuff might have been new to you to convert from a string over to a primitive data type. But otherwise, hopefully that wasn't too bad for you. Let's go ahead and do number 4 while we're at it. Add a button to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit as well. Well, if I want to add a button, I can go ahead and go in here and do button. We'll just duplicate that. So I'm going to add another button in. And this one will be, the first one's called convert. And maybe I should rename that. Let's convert F to C. And this one's going to be convert C to F. There we go. We'll change the labels appropriately as well. And maybe I shouldn't be mixing the numbers and the letters here. It's just going to be confusing. Now, where do we want to put it? Let's put the second button. We can do a layout below. We can put it below the F to C, convert F to C button. Or we could even put it to the right of. I think it's layout. Here we go. So I did layout _2 and I hit control space. And so it shows me all my options. So we'll put the convert C to F button to the right of our convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. So save that off, and it doesn't like our Android layout below. I changed the ID. There's no longer something called convert, and so it got confused there. I need to make sure that I keep these things in sync if I'm modifying the IDs. Take a quick peek at the graphical layout, and not quite right. It looks like the C to F is a little bit high versus where the F to C is, and so we might need to make another quick little adjustment here. Yeah, I probably would have been better off just letting it be below the other button and not have to add these new things in, but heck, we're here. So I want to do something along the lines of Android : layout underscore align top is what I'm going to be doing. So align top, and I want to align the top of this button with the other button. So I got to go ahead and reach over to the other button again, convert F to C. Let's take a look at that graphical layout. Again, I probably should just let them sit one above the other, and that would have made this a little quicker. Anyhow, so we have the two buttons there, and I have changed the ID, so I need to go back in my code, and sure enough, it is not happy with my lookup for the first button, and so let me fix that. And now I need to get a second button here. So get a reference to the other button. Convert button 2, we'll just say. And this one's called convert C to F as far as its ID is concerned. And there's different ways to do this. Just for quickness here, I'm going to just do another inner class. And this one's going to be my C to F listener. Oops, C to F listener. And so it'll take in the temperature Celsius, and we want to convert that to the temperature Fahrenheit. So everywhere we had an F before, I'm switching it to a C, and a C to an F. So just doing some quick little changes, and really what we need to modify is going to be the formula. So Celsius equals 5.0 divided by 9.0, or excuse me, Fahrenheit equals 9.0 divided by 5.0. Times Celsius plus 32. So there's our formula in place. And it looks like we need to make another adjustment or two here, but probably pretty close.